All right, so today I want to talk to you about, is slow is smooth, smooth is fast better than fast is fast? These are two thought processes that are constantly in debate in the gun world. Some people will say slow is smooth, smooth is fast is the way to go, and others will say that is stupid, fast is fast, and slow is slow. So why not be fast? I understand where those people are coming with the perspective they're coming at with fast is fast, and but with that being said, when we take a step back and you go, okay, well, fast is fast, but how do you get fast to begin with? So that's where we come back into, well, what is the purpose of the saying or the thought process or the methodology of slow is smooth, smooth is fast? So I was first introduced to that saying, right, when I was going through SEAL training and they were teaching us how to shoot rifles, pistols, tie knots underwater, doing breath holds, a number of different tasks that we tend to rush or try to do under pressure. So the idea of fast is great from a novelty standpoint of, yes, we want to be fast. Why would we train to be slow? But when you look at how do you train to become fast, because you can't be fast on day one. You can't do a new task or a complex task or a new movement as fast as you can on day one. If we were going to teach you jujitsu and we were going to talk about a throw or some kind of hold or whatever, your coach, you're not going to have a black belt telling a white belt, all right, now here's what you're going to do. Go. Do it as fast as you can and as hard as you can right now. Perform it. Because it doesn't work that way. They're going to go, all right, guys, slow down, get the movement correct, and over time we'll introduce speed, pressure, etc. So the idea, as I understand it, of slow is smooth and smooth is fast is this. When I'm teaching this to my students, we're going to do new movements, and I want you to do the movement at a speed that you can still do it correctly. And we'll push that envelope, or we'll push the threshold of what that speed is. But I don't want you to go any faster than you can do it correctly. If you go faster but you do it incorrectly, we're not. It's not productive. We're not gaining ground here. So I want you guys to start slow and make the movement smooth. And as we continue to do this over and over and over again, and the movement becomes more natural, the movement becomes muscle memory, then what happens by default is the movement becomes faster and faster and faster till you get to the second part of the statement. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So the goal is to go fast. This is a form of training, a form of progression of how do we get to the point where we are fast. So fast is great, but how'd you get there? You probably had to go slow and do it correctly and work thousands of reps or hundreds of reps until you could perform it and execute it fast. Now, one other thing on this slow is smooth, smooth is fast, it's not just a physical thing. I use this same thought process or terminology, right, in our mental, right? In our cognitive thinking, in how we deal with stress and pressure. If I'm going 1,000,000 miles an hour under pressure, right, and I can't make a good decision, or my brain is just totally rattled because I'm becoming overwhelmed with stress, overwhelmed with pressure, what do you normally say to someone? Dude, take a deep breath, slow down, right? And it's the same thing when it comes into decision making, when it comes into cognitive thinking skills. Under pressure, the slow is smooth, smooth is fast thought process still works. So when we have different shooting drills, like in 2 weeks, we have a course coming up, Strategic Thinking Under Stress. In that course, we push the envelope on all sorts of different pressure factors to try to get people to make bad decisions or to break down and make the wrong decisions, right? To not be able to manipulate their firearm correctly or get accurate shots because of all the outside pressure. So the whole point of the training is to get people to slow down, to go as fast as they can, but to slow down emotionally and mentally, so that way they can stay consistent with their movements and all the other stuff in decision making. So they always make sure they're doing the right movements, they're solving the problems, they're shooting the correct target in the correct order or at the correct time based on whatever the drill is or the scenario gives you, right? But again, the whole thing of fast is fast, I think, is okay in an open statement, but I would just ask those people who live by that and who are trying to coach people through that, of how do you get to the point where you're fast? What is the methodology? What is the process? And I'm not saying slow is smooth, smooth is fast is the only way. But I can say from years and years of training, right? And years of coaching people and taking them from level 1 to level 10, for example, through that process of progression of building someone, whether it's in shooting, martial arts, personal development, whatever, right? That method of slow is smooth, smooth is fast, only do what you can do at the ability that you can do it correctly. And as we continue to develop that, your speed or your ability or whatever will continue to grow, but you're physically not necessarily working much harder. You're mentally not working much harder. By default, your speed and your competency goes up and up and up as you start to develop these things. So they happen subconscious, for example, right? So I hope that helps. I know that's one of those sayings that's been around for a long time. And it's one of those sayings that creates a lot of controversy and whatnot around it. But I think it's one of those philosophies or methodologies that when you understand the context and you utilize it in the correct way, I think it's definitely very beneficial. Is it the only way? No. There's probably other great ways too. But just to put some thought process behind it, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is slow is smooth, smooth is fast, good or bad? And have you guys utilized that training methodology before? And how has it worked for you if you have? Let me know what you think.